Hello, Gary Simpson from ZSM004, and I already know what you're thinking. You're thinking, white shirt, white tie. Doesn't really go, does it? Anyway, that doesn't matter, I really don't care. Right, today's book review. An absolute classic in my opinion. Not in my top 6, but really, really close. Knocking on the door of the top 6 is Bob Proctor's You Were Born Rich. Bob Proctor, I have been to many of his seminars when he's come to this town. As you can see, I have a workbook that I completed and have another one here that I've done. Very, very entertaining speaker. If you get a chance to see him, I would suggest you do. Obviously, he doesn't look like that anymore. He's very silver-haired because this photograph was taken a long time ago and this is an old book. Nevertheless, it is a very, very good book. Bob Proctor, let me just read to you a little bit about the man. Educator, business consultant, popular convention speaker and highly successful entrepreneur, Bob Proctor wears all these varied hats and even more. For over 26 years, that was when this book was printed, Bob has focused his attention on the study of human potential, which has resulted in his highly acclaimed series of personal development seminars, audio cassettes, that's how old it is, texts, and best-selling hardcover book, Born Rich. He has taken his dynamic personal message to opposite sides of the globe, from North America to New Zealand, and has given thousands of men, women and children an opportunity to discover their wealth of limitless potential. Scores for the book. Right. We scored it individually at Zenith Self-Mastery. 8.5 for me, 8.0 for the other Gary, and 7.0 for Anthony, for a combined average score of 7.8. Surprisingly, there were only 53 reviews on Amazon, but the average was 9.43. So you can see that this is a very popular book, and I will now read just very briefly some excerpts. The first one from the introduction, which has no page number, which is helpful, and it says, every human being has been born rich. It's just that most people are temporarily a little short of money. This book has been written in an attempt to bridge the gap between where you currently are and where you want to be. Step by step, chapter by chapter, it will help you piece together the puzzle we most often refer to as life, so you can build a picture of prosperity in your mind and then go on to create that prosperity in your life. Interesting point that. Mind first, life second. Indeed, life is very much like the Rubik's Cube, because we have all the right pieces and all the right colours, but it is a frustrating, never-ending process trying to get them to fit together. Inevitably, it seems there are always at least 1 or 2 pieces we have left out. That was from the introduction. From page 13 of this marvellous book, it says, most people who fail to accumulate enough money to live in the style they choose are the same people who are most easily influenced by other people's opinions. For instance, they are often the people who let the writers of economic doom and gloom, whether in the newspapers or in the news broadcasts, do their thinking for them. But, as Napoleon Hill pointed out in his great book, Think and Grow Rich, which we have done a review on, opinions are the cheapest commodities on earth. In fact, almost everyone has a flock of them ready to be foisted upon anyone who is willing to accept them. Therefore, if you know you have been unduly influenced in the past by other people's opinions, make up your mind right now, before you read any further, that from here on in you are going to heed your own counsel Remember, if you do, there is absolutely no reason why you cannot become financially successful within a very reasonable period of time. Now, you may have detected so far that a lot of this book is devoted to financial wealth, and in fact, even the title says you were born rich. Rich and wealthy, of course, are two different things. Finally, I will read from page 153, which is called The Razor's Edge. And it says, you are only 1 inch, 1 step, 1 idea away from turning onto the boulevard of beauty in your own life. It has often been said the line which separates winning from losing is as fine as a razor's edge. And it is. I'm talking about winning in a big way and in all areas of your life. Now, I hope you enjoyed those selected excerpts that I've shared with you. Again, this is a wonderful, wonderful book. You will learn an awful lot from it. There is a lot in here about the law of attraction and the power of the positive mind. Yes, I would suggest strongly that you read this book. This has been Gary Simpson from ZSM004.com.